All right, shalom, call Loyim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who were well for teaching me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect, to you brothers out there across the globe pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. All right, to the best of your abilities, okay? All right, you elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? Peace, love, and blessings. Chaya here back with another video through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to just make this video real quick, talking about the protocol when it comes to birthdays. Reason I'm making this video is because today's my birthday. All right. And the celebration of birthdays actually goes back to a heathen custom, you know. So I know, you know, a lot of Jakes just growing up, you know, all of us growing up, you know, oh, today's your birthday, celebrate, yada, 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 and the cake and the ice cream and, you know, all of that, you know, sugary nonsense and the folly and the festivities. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about very briefly the protocol concerning birthdays, right? Because we got friends and families in the world that still care about, you know, our birthdays and so on and so forth, even though we don't care, and things of that nature. And the way that I usually go about it, you know, when I first came into the truth, you know, immediately after I found out about the whole birthday thing, immediately, you know, I went back and told my family, hey, you know, I'm a Hebrew Israelite now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't celebrate my birthday, so on and so forth. And, but, you know, I was just young, being rash. I didn't know any better and stuff like that. And to be honest, you don't have to do all of that. All right. If somebody want to celebrate your birthday or they want to give you something and so on and so forth, you can go ahead and accept it. You can accept gifts and so on and so forth. The thing about celebrating birthdays is self-glorification, okay? And the scriptures talk about that. We're not supposed to be glorifying or exalting ourselves, okay? And that's what, you know, birthdays essentially are, just self-glorification. So if you're not celebrating your birthday and you're not, you know, blowing a whole bunch of money, trying to, you know what I'm saying, get a penthouse for yourself, or, you know, buying a damn cake and all this other nonsense and things of that nature, man, all right, it's fine to, you know, accept gifts from people. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, just don't be out here glorifying yourself, man, because that's against the scriptures. All right. So when you look up celebration of birthdays, or, you know, history of birthdays origins, it says the tradition of celebrating birthdays is often attributed to the ancient Egyptians, okay, who are Africans. All right, we are not Egyptians, we are not Africans. All right, so it goes back to Ham. All right, the so-called Africans. It says who celebrated the coronation of their pharaohs around 3000 BCE. The Egyptians believed that the coronation marked the pharaoh's birth as a god and a moment of rebirth. So they celebrated with large banquets and festivities. All right, exactly what, you know, the world is doing today whenever, you know what I'm saying, somebody's birthday comes about. It says the first recorded mention of a birthday celebration is in the Hebrew Bible, which I'm going to take you to that right now. Okay? Well, first, let me get this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. It says, hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, so as I just brought out on Google, all right, through the Spirit, all right, the history of birthday celebrations goes back to the Egyptians, all right, who are heathens. They are outside of Israel. They are outside of our customs. All right, so that being said, we're not supposed to be celebrating our birthdays, okay? Because what we only getting older, and, you know, on this side in this life, we're actually, you know, on punishment. We're in hell. All right, we're in our captivity. Okay, why would you want to be celebrating and mirthing it up? Okay, on the quote unquote day of your birth, which these days are not accurate by any means, are under the solar calendar. Okay, these days are not accurate, so we really don't know when our quote unquote birthdays are. Okay, but, you know, that's beside the point. All right, the main message is these are heathenistic customs, and we are not to be, you know, participating in heathen customs. All right, because to be doing that is called idolatry. All right, learning the way of heathens is essentially idolatry, and that's what, you know, made the Heavenly Father turn his back on us to begin with. All right, that's why we fell under curses, because what? We were being idolatrous, man. All right, we're being very idolatrous. Okay. So it says, verse 2, Jeremiah 10:2, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. All right, so the point was in verse 2. Okay, now, because it says the first recorded mention of a birthday celebration is in the Hebrew Bible, okay, which is, the Torah, okay, but we're going to bring it over here, all right, to the KJV, Genesis chapter 40, and I'm going to just get to the point. Verse 20, Genesis, Bara'ashiath 40 and 20, it says, and it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. Okay, so here it is, you got Pharaoh, all right, in the time of Joseph, all right, because this is what the account is going into. Egypt was actually about to get plagued, all right, and Joseph, our forefather Joseph, Yahweh, he was an interpreter of dreams, okay? And that's some of what this chapter is going into. All right, Joseph is interpreting one of Pharaoh's dreams. Okay, but the point, like I said, was in verse 20. So pharaohs, all right, the pharaohs in ancient Egypt was celebrating their birthdays. Okay, they was glorifying themselves. All right, so they was mirthing it up. Okay, because they were in power. They had the position of power to do that. All right. But we have no power to do that. We should not be glorified. That's why we shouldn't be glorifying ourselves. All right. The scriptures say, the day of one's death is better than the day of one's life. If I'm not mistaken, that's how the scriptures go. All right. Let me see. There we go. Or day of one's birth. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. It says, a good name is better than precious ointment in the day of death than the day of one's birth. Okay, so why would it say that? Why would the day of one's death be better than the day of your birth? Okay, why? Because we're in captivity, we're in hell. Okay, Yahweh Shem Shah reduced, our lifespan. Okay, you can read about that in the book of Genesis. All right, it also talks about it in the book of Psalms. We only live to about 60, 70 years old, and if or 80 years old, and by strength and health we can live up to 100. Okay, but we're in captivity, man, so we shouldn't be glorifying ourselves in captivity. All right, this is what we try to tell you, Jakes, because this is not our rest. Going back to the book of Micah chapter 2 verse 10. All right, this is not our rest. So we're not in a time to be partying it up and exalting ourselves above everybody else, for one day. Okay, we ain't supposed to be doing that at all. Our glorying is supposed to be in Yahweh Shem Shai and not ourselves. Okay, and today, on my quote unquote birthday or whatever, I was at work. All right, here it is. This is supposed to be the day that I was born and I'm supposed to be enjoying it, but I'm at work. I'm on the plantation. Because I'm in captivity, because I'm under curses. Okay. So this is why we tell you, Jakes, and a lot of y'all get offended at it, but we tell you, Jakes, not to celebrate your birthdays because it's not an Israelite biblical custom of ours to do that. All right, we do have our high holy days. We do have our own holidays and things of that nature. So that's when we celebrate. That's when we rejoice in. Okay, some of them are more solemn, like the Passover. All right, that's a solemn assembly. Okay, but we do have other holy days like Hanukkah. All right, and the feast of first fruits and so on and so forth. Okay, Purim. All right, so we do have days, in the destruction of Babylon, called America. All right, that's going to be a holiday in the kingdom too, man. All right, so the day of your death is better than the day of your birth because the scriptures say this too. Okay, because in death you have a conclusion. All right, in death you have a conclusion, man. Let me get this. Oh, it was in the same chapter. All right, Salakia. It was in the same chapter. Also in Ecclesiastes, Quahalaf, all right, the church, chapter 7, verse 8, it says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Okay, so better is the end of your life, or better is the end of this captivity, okay, than the beginning of it. Because in the beginning of it, that's when, things were hectic. All right, it was more hell, man. All right, we was a lot more. We're always going to be vulnerable as long as we're in captivity. Okay, and it's the same thing when we're born into this world through our mother's wombs. Okay, we're very vulnerable, man. Okay, we gotta celebrate pagan customs. Okay. And God forbid, you was in that household where, you know what I'm saying, like somebody was, molesting you, whatever the case is, man. You're young, you can't fend for yourself, you can't defend yourself, you can't do anything. All right. So it's better to be at, the end of this life than the beginning of it. All right. Because what we want rest, man. We want the kingdom. We want our peace. Okay. But we don't have that right now. So right now, we gotta endure these afflictions, okay, in these arduous times, okay, because we're not at rest, okay. It says, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So, it's good for us, to be able to suffer, man, to have that spirit of suffering, okay. It's good to have that spirit of suffering, man, okay, and not being hasty and, trying to, wiggle your way out of situations without the Lord, man. All right, we need the Lord in every situation. Okay. So it says better in the patient in spirit. It says in the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Okay. Celebrating your birthday, glorifying yourself. That's called pride, man. And we all know what the scriptures say about pride in the book of Proverbs. Okay. Pride goeth before destruction. Okay. So get out of that self-glorification spirit, man. All right. Let me also get this as well too. But like I said, because there's balance, man. I had a few people call me today, wishing me a happy birthday. I didn't say, yo, don't wish me happy birthday. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Yada. I ain't do none of that. I didn't do any of that. Okay. I just, I said thank you. You know what I'm saying? And any type of gifts, I accepted it because I'm going to utilize them later on. I just accepted it. It is what it is. Okay. But I'm not glorifying myself. If other people want to glorify me, then fine. But I'm not glorifying myself. Okay, let me get this. Also, I think it's in the book of Job. Let me see. I think it's in the book of Job. Ayawab. Oh, man born. Yeah, there we go. This is the book of Job. Chapter 14, verse 1, it says, man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. Yeah, this life, man. Okay, we're walking in the valley of the shadow of death, man. Okay, this place is an illusion. We're easily cut down. Look, man, we got death on every single side. Okay, why would you want to celebrate your life in a place like that? It doesn't make any sense. You see? So a man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble, man, because our lives are in jeopardy, man. Okay, especially if you in the world, okay, anything is bound to happen to you. In the truth as well too, okay, but the Lord is going to utilize us, so he's going to preserve us, man, as long as we're not doing anything foolish. As long as we're not living foolishly, the Lord is going to preserve us. Okay? As long as we're not doing anything foolish and inciting violence and provoking people to wrath and, provoking somebody to, put us to death, the Lord is going to ultimately preserve us, man. Okay? Up until he sees fit to take us out. All right? So there you go, man. All right? And Job, Ayawab, Job also said, he said he cursed the day he was born, man. Let me see if I can find that. Okay. Oh no, it was Jeremiah, Salakia, but I think it's one in Job like that too. But Jeremiah 20:14, it says, "Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed." Yeah, man, because Jeremiah was vexed. Just like we're vexed, man. Jeremiah, he was a prophet and he was vexed, man. All right, at the wickedness of our people. All right. He was vexed, man. He was ashamed of the wickedness of our people, man. Okay. And what he was prophesying about it, he was crying out to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah to deliver deliver him from all of that madness, man. Okay. And furthermore, that goes into the book of Lamentations, the Lamentations of Jeremiah, man. He was crying, he was complaining. Why? Because he knew he was vexed, he knew he was in hell, he knew he was in captivity. All right, and that's the spirit that we need to be in, man. All right, cursed be the day we was born. All right, because we was born into sin. Okay, which it talks about that in the book of Psalms. All right, Psalms, I think it was 51. Psalms 51. Let me see. Salakia, just bear with me. No, it was Psalms 91. There we go. It was Psalms 91. Yep. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91. Let me see. In sin did my mother conceive me. Maybe it was 51. Salaki, I think I'm just reading too damn fast. Psalms 51. Yeah, Salaki, it was 51. Psalms 51 and 5, it says, behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Okay, because King David, he was also crying and complaining. Why? Because he was vexed, man. And David was king at one point in time in his life, man. He was king over all of Israel. All right. But even King David knew that everything wasn't honky-dory or perfect even in his time, man. Even though Israel was in power. All right. Even until the time of King Solomon. All right, even though we was in power and things of that nature, we was still under curses, man, because of our disobedience. All right, so long story short, man, there's really no reason to be celebrating, you know what I'm saying, your birthday and things of that nature in this life, man. All right, now is not the time. We're going to have plenty of time for celebration in the kingdom, but now is not the time, man. All right, so like I said, my protocol concerning birthdays, man, it just, if anybody wants to celebrate you, let them celebrate you, man. But don't be going out celebrating yourself, man. Like, don't be like, yo, I know you're gonna make me a cake. I know you're gonna take me shopping. I know you're gonna give me some bread. Yada yada. Now is not the time for that shit, man. Just be humble. All right, shalom.